Hi, I'm the Lego Brit, and mental health matters.
What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes today.
Hey guys, it's Lego Papa First here.
Hi, I'm Daniel Stepke.
Hi, my name's Bradley.
I'm Simon.
I'm Aoife, otherwise known as A-Wolfrey.
I'm Captain 73.
I'm Boxy.
I'm Vanderbricks.
My name is Ewan.
I'm Thomas Productions.
Ed the Block here to tell you mental health matters.
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 I wanted to do this video to really raise awareness about the issue that mental health poses to so many people worldwide, including within the Lego community. I really hope that me sharing my experiences and of course the other people in this video will really get you, if you're suffering from mental health issues, to go out and talk to somebody that you trust. Share your experience with somebody you love and you will come through. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. So I wanted to share my experience with you and hopefully you find this helpful. The first thing that I think is important to say is that I have autism. I am high functioning autistic and my ASD, autistic spectrum disorder, does pose many positives for me, but of course it does pose many challenges. Some of the positives that I can think of, for instance, I have a really good photographic memory, so in tests at school I'm really good at that. Like I can just reread a page of the textbook and remember it, but there's other challenges as well, and some of the main challenges for me are things like social situations, going into crowded places, queuing I find really difficult, trying new things, meeting new people, going out. Those are the types of normal things that you wouldn't even question in ordinary life that's really difficult for an autistic person like me, and I want to share this experience because I know that there are a lot of autistic Lego fans. Lego is a very common special interest for autistic people, and special interests are kind of things that autistic people really focus in on and love, and Lego is a really common one, and for me that's pretty much the reason that I started my YouTube channel, as well as the fact that in the COVID lockdown I was really anxious and I needed something to do. I was so worried about COVID, actually the week before COVID even started with the lockdown, I left school and I stayed home, and I did not leave the house for 30 days straight. I didn't even leave to get some fresh air, or to go to the shops for essentials, or to go for a walk, even though we were allowed to do those things. I was so worried because I have vulnerable family members, I decided no, I'm not going to leave, and that really had a big effect on me. When everybody else went back to school after the COVID lockdown, I stayed at home. I was really not ready to go back into school, and I stayed off for the whole of that year and a little bit of the other year as well, and for me that isolation had a massive effect. Even when I went back to school, I was sitting on my own at a table by myself, wearing my face covering, keeping my distance from everyone, so even though I wasn't officially isolated, I was kind of on my own throughout that whole ordeal, and for me that was really difficult. Another thing that happens to me at school is that I have been bullied for many years now, and I wanted to share that. I know that for many people who are being bullied, it feels like schools don't take it seriously, and I echo that. I know, I would call on anyone that's involved in a school to actually take bullying seriously. I've had bullying for many years now, and it takes a mental health toll on me. I try and keep my head high and focus on things that I love, like my YouTube channel, like Lego, obviously you can see a lot behind me, but bullying is a massive issue and it does have mental health effects. I'm anxious, I'm very, very anxious in social situations, and sometimes I can't even read between the lines, I can't tell what people are saying or what they mean, and I can have anger problems and all sorts of things that my autism raises for me, and I wanted to share this to show that you are not alone. Whether you have autism or whether it's mental health issues, whatever it is, you are not alone. So I really wanted to share that sentiment with you in this video. I hope that this was helpful for everybody, and remember, you are not alone.
So it's come to my attention recently that the Lego Brit has been posting a few things about mental health on his story, and basically just like explaining what he's been through. First of all, I'd like to say I'm really sorry about that, man. The best of us have all been through it. I've definitely been through it, especially during 2020 lockdown. I was in school and I just started feeling like really sick just every morning. The middle school I went to definitely did not take it seriously. I just didn't want to be in school or around school at that time.
First off, so many people get bullied, and unfortunately some people get it worse than others, which is not fair, and it's not fair to anybody that they get bullied. I unfortunately had bullying pretty much to its worst, and a lot of people, when they get bullied, they ignore it for the first week or month or year, and pretty soon you're down here and you're depressed, you're sad, you want to hurt yourself, and you don't know what to do. And I've been there, and there were times in high school where I luckily had the kindest caring parents in the world to help me, and extended family, and I had just so many people to help me out, and so many people that did help me out, but I didn't always reach out to those people. And I ended up in some mental hospitals sometimes for my depression and wanting to hurt myself and hurting myself. And it was very serious. And I wish I could go back and never experience those things, but those people that just were so negative to me make me the strong person I am today. And unfortunately, so many schools out there and people in the community don't understand, and schools, they don't take bullying seriously anymore, and they don't help you the best that they can or the best that they could. And there were times where I wouldn't even touch my Legos for months, even though Legos are such a big thing for me. But being out of high school now, the freedom that I have, and when you graduate and you break away from everybody, those bullies will no longer be in your life. And if you are being bullied, I wish you the best of luck in your journey to overcome this negative experience in your life and continue to push forward and be positive.
I know that this video you're watching is all about mental health and how it relates to Lego, and I know for me, I've definitely used Lego to build sets in difficult times to have just a little bit of escapism, but you know, as you've seen in my videos, I've also built a career out of Lego, so sometimes that can become stressful in its own right, but I think that the beautiful thing about Lego, and I say this very, very often, is it's the only product in the world that if you buy it and you don't like it, you can turn it into something that you do like. And relating to mental health, I think that we also have to look at it in that aspect. Sometimes life throws us some difficult things that we can't turn into something we do like, but we can learn and we can grow from the things that we go through and become a better person on the other side of it. So just like a Lego set, if you're going through something difficult, I hope that you can take the pieces and build it into something better.
For me, Lego is just a way to kind of escape from like any stress or anything like that. You know, I can leave my phone away, get away from social media and just kind of any other distractions, and nothing else really matters kind of in that moment apart from I'm determined to finish the set. And then after that, you know, you go back to the real world and everything else continues. But for me, it's nice for it to be there.
Mental health is a real issue that affects millions and millions of people around the world, and is a very difficult subject to talk about. I personally have an experience with mental health, and I deal with mental health issues myself, even to this day. Coming out of the military, it was had a real difficult time dealing with some of the trauma I seen when I was in service, some of the loss of comrades, some of the death I've seen, which led me to, have these mental health issues. In 2011, I was diagnosed with PTSD, and before that, I was diagnosed with everything from bipolar disorder, schizoaffective disorder, drug-induced schizophrenia, major depressive disorder, anxiety with panic disorder, and of course, alcohol and substance abuse disorder. So it was a very difficult time in my life, to say the least, to the point where I actually had an attempt on my life, and it was very hard. It's a very difficult subject to talk about. And so I'm out here to let you guys know that it's okay. It is okay to have these feelings. It is absolutely okay to be going through what you're going through. What is not okay is that you don't seek help for it, that you try and do this alone without seeking professional attention, without seeking professional help, and building a good support group for yourself to get through this adversity. It's difficult, guys. I personally, went through my recovery, and I was fortunate enough to find a support system that was able to uplift me and put me back into society, where I can be a contributing member to society again. I now work here at the Homeless Welcome Center, where I teach other veterans and help other veterans find their own path of recovery and help them find their way. So if you're out there and you're dealing with anxiety, depression, anger issues, you're having thoughts of helplessness and hopelessness and thoughts of hurting others and hurting yourself, I urge you and I encourage you to go seek some help. It is imperative that you go and seek some help. And I want to let you know, and I want to be here to validate your experience and say that it's okay. It's okay to have these feelings. You're not alone in this fight. So I encourage you to go seek some help. It does not make you less of a man. It does not make you weak. It does not make you weak-minded. If anything, I believe that it makes you a stronger individual to be able to identify and acknowledge the issues that's going on with you so that you can go seek some help, so that you can go address the issues that's going on with you, get professional attention, build a support group so that you can find a way to become a better version of yourself. And I truly believe that, ladies and gentlemen. Even the strongest of men, me myself coming out of the military, I was a sergeant, I was an infantryman, I'm a 4-time city champion wrestler. So yes, it was difficult for me to admit that I have issues, that I have anger issues, that I have substance abuse issues, and to confront that and admit to my vulnerabilities. So I'm here to tell you guys, it's okay, ladies and gentlemen, go get some help.
Exactly almost a year ago, April of 2022, I started feeling tired. I started feeling weak, like I couldn't do anything, and I kept not being able to focus straight. And then I researched all the symptoms, like trying to find out what I was dealing with, and ended up I found out that I was suffering from depression, which is, it was really hard for me to admit I was suffering from that. I didn't want to admit I was suffering from depression. My favorite thing to do in the world is to build Legos. To come in here, put together Lego sets, to, build marks and stuff for my YouTube channel, Ellen's House of Legos. And that's just really enjoyable. That's helped me through the process, sitting there, building Legos, putting the Lego sets together, collecting all the different Lego themes and sets and pieces. It's helped me through it.
Basically, I suffer from anxiety. It kind of started at the end of high school, now going into like university. It just feels very overwhelming because I'm constantly worrying and just stressing about just like my schoolwork and all that, and then like my friendships and relationships with all that. It's just like, and it just becomes very overwhelming because I'm constantly overthinking things. It's just like a constant just worry. It's just like kind of just bogging me down. And it's just like, it just feels like so much is just kind of just going on in my head. It just becomes very, very overwhelming, I think would just be the only word that I could use to describe it. What does Lego mean for my mental health? And for me, it's just a sense of escapism. It's not permanent escapism. I can't just build Lego sets all day as much as I wish I could. There's other things that I have to do. I have to do, all the other parts of life. But I think just having Lego as just when I got that extra 20 minutes, when I got that extra 30 minutes, just having that thing to do and occupy my time is just super awesome.
My experience with mental health and Lego is it all happened over COVID. So during the first lockdown, I wouldn't say I was like really depressed or anything. I was just sort of down. And then I started watching Lego YouTubers such as M&R Productions, Solid Brick Studios, and that got me back into the hobby. I went and did the Jedi Temple, and I've still got a part of my build with me that I've kept, and that's from the original build. Whilst I was building the Jedi Temple, I was having a really, really quite poor time with just other aspects of my life, and Lego was like an escape. It helped me focus on my schoolwork and getting that done. It helped me focus just in general, and also helped me build relationships, because I've now got really good friends that I would have never met, and I'm in a much, much better state of mind now than I ever have been.
I have social anxiety and I'm autistic, and for me, Lego helps me to not only express myself and relax, but also to make new friends and meet new people. I mean, for the example, for this year, I've been a lot more involved with the Lego community, made an Instagram account, and I've met tons of amazing people that I probably wouldn't have been able to meet or get the courage to meet otherwise. Lego's just one of those things where you can pick it up, you can just pick up some bricks and create and just unwind without feeling judged, without having to set anything up, and that's what makes it an amazing tool for dealing with mental health. The community is obviously amazing, it's very accepting, very nice, everyone's lovely, and you don't have to feel judged or embarrassed because it's an experience that everybody can be positive about and enjoy, and that's the beauty of it all. That's what makes Lego just great for dealing with mental health.
My experience with Legos has helped me with my mental health in a couple ways, but most importantly, with giving me a hobby when I didn't have any. It's so important for your mental health that you have a hobby, that you have something that's just fun and helpful and relaxing for you as life is hard and you go through struggles and things in your life. And when I realized at one point that I didn't have a hobby, I was able to build with Lego and play with Lego, and that was able to provide a great hobby for me. But it also helped me a lot with having something more concrete and practical to do in my life. I'm a college student. I'm a philosophy major, so a lot of what I think about is very abstract, and it's hugely important for mental health to not get myopic and bogged down about just the one thing. And that helped me so much with my mental health, with just wanting to pursue my career in philosophy, as well as needing to keep my mental health.
As someone who feels like I am struggling with mental health issues myself, I'm happy that a video like this is being made to raise awareness. Some people get a lot of stress and that causes their mental health to be bad. Stress can be caused by anything, as much as focusing too much on a Lego project, to too much homework, or arguments at home.
I've been a LEGO fan for around 11 years now, and I've had years where I've bought tons of sets and made videos on my channel, and other years where I've bought hardly any sets at all. So much bad stuff happened in my life from 2018 to 2020, and I just completely shut down. I was in a super dark place, and every single good aspect of my life was just completely gone. But Lego was one of the few things that was still there. Whenever I got super stressed or when I'm not in a good mood, building the Lego set really just helps me focus on one thing at a time. And it helps me forget all my problems for a good hour or two. And the positivity of the Lego YouTube community really lifts my spirits too. At school, I'm this really artificial, socially vibrant person, but in reality, I'm just a geek who spends his money on plastic bricks. And am I ashamed of it? I'm really not, because it's my happy place and I'm proud of it.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are not alone.